1 week online course. I hope it is clear to you. And this is basically this is basically an online course. This is a practical one. Design, develop, and deliver a 1 week online course. And also that is one. The second part is with this knowledge which you gain, what we want, and then give us a realistic action plan how to transform your conventional teaching to online teaching, and as soon as the workshop is over. Okay, and what are the efforts you are going to take, and how these efforts are going to be managed. So the practical work screenshots must include, and 1 week course the lesson plan, and with course page one course page, and Genomi is a website to which we are all going to use the you are going to learn how to do it. And the important thing is course creation and the content, populating the content, very important. And after the content was populated, once the course has been created, you had to take a screenshot and it's presented. And the course announcement, you are supposed that you will be going to teach, you will going to orient, our resource persons are going to orient how to make the announcements. Announcements are very important components of your online course. So frequently on a regular basis, and the beauty of the announcement is the moment you make an announcement, a copy of the announcement goes to its email also. And of course, at the same time, we have been using it, but I want to see some of the screenshots. Then, how many students were enrolled in your course? Then if you want, then I want to know about the multiple choice quiz and assignment thing. Then the last, then of course, I want to see that whatever the discussion forum threads are created, and I want to see the screenshots of the discussion forum threads, and the last one is the student feedback. Feedback is an excellent option available in the Moodle, where you can see that how the feedback is being managed, and it all depends on students can take this and then we can also improve the quality of the course. It's not the students are saying something is and at the same time, when you are committed to do something, always do your best, always the same. And there are always Kalam Sahib said, if you want to do it in your career, you want to be a deaf rock. So like this, but at the same time, the feedback the students are giving is very helpful, and to improve the quality of the course. I want to see some of the feedback screenshots of your course. So you need to identify at least 1 or 2 people outside your this group also. They will be your learners. Please take to understand. You may say that, sir, I don't take your spouse, your husband, your wife, your daughter, your son-in-law, पोता पोती दादा नाती इनको मत लिखिएगा, दूसरों लोगों को दे लीजिए, तो वो टीचर होना चाहिए. Okay, and of course the other resource persons are giving very good apps and other very important essential information during this workshop. And what is important to me is what is the relevance of that material, that apps or applications to improve the quality of your online course. That's what we manage. And the last one is video content creation tools we are going to explain in this workshop. And those content creation tools, at least 2 screenshots also has them. So I've been giving you 4 screenshots, 4 softwares. One is a screencastify, and Deepak is going to say about very such things, and there is something called free cam, that is the second one, and screencast-o-matic. Of course, these are the web are available. Video content creation. The screencastify. It's a screen video recorder where you can record maximum 5 minutes of presentation. Excellent. What is important here in this current juncture is how do we facilitate? Are we facilitating students' learning? And don't think that students are sitting idle at home. Everybody wants to. The faculty wants to work, student wants to work, the institutions wants to work, and everybody wants to work and everybody wants to facilitate whatever the level they are going. So, so we need to take all of that into confidence. So screencastify will has such a content. The second important software which I will talk about, FreeCam, using Dr. Islam is going to explain this presentation. It's an excellent software which facilitates the without any watermark and can be done. And the third important thing is about screen customizing. Screen customizing is again a very good. I think let me show you this things on your screen. Just follow me carefully. First software is a Screencastify, which is a screen video recorder. And if you simply you should have a Google Chrome browser should be available to you. And if you simply type the Screencastify and press the enter button, so then the screencast, if it is already installed to a computer, and the system is going to say it is already in my case, it is already installed. I paid 3,800 to get this screencast, so it's there. But in your case, if it is not there, it is allowing to get it installed and you can make it out. Similarly, another application is very useful application. We call it as FreeCam. FreeCam is again a very good video creation. Using this video creation, you can also, it's basically a free tool for creating screencasts. And what is the beauty of this software is you can do nice editing of the videos and you can directly upload it to the YouTube. And of course, very importantly, no watermark or no time. And that is very important so that it facilitates the good learning part. The third important thing which you can also use very comfortably is the screen customatic. Screen customatic is again a very useful screen recording and video recording editor and very good software. Many of the academics across the globe are using this kind of. So again the same thing. And if, for example, the bigger question which I am going to address now, sir, what is the need? Yesterday I said many of the faculty used to ask this question, saying that, sir, why do we need to create the content already? I can say that 95% content can take from the authenticated and CC sources, Creative Commons sources. But sometimes what happens, there is a 5% of it but sometimes what happens as a teacher, we cannot resist ourselves and we want to go little extra because in our small type of students and we have a good learners, we have average learners, we have good learners, and the entire effort of the teacher in a typical classroom to bring all of them as a gifted learners and good learners. And at the same time, not getting the mark. Marks getting is okay. Marks are anyway. And out of 100 is now the normal now. But what is it? Are they going to gain it any knowledge? And can they implement this skill when they go back market and then so that's what the role and very important. The role of the teacher in a classroom, both the face-to-face conventional classroom and is to provide the value addition. And of course, I'm the science. I can say that I use artificial intelligence. I'm a competent from AI, but at the same time, I can say that we take, but whatever it is there, we had to use. We had to regular basis and yes, there are certain one of the important things. Whatever softwares which I explained here could be used only and people with the laptops and desktops. I think Dr. Deepak Misla, when he is making his presentation, he will be very good mobile related apps and which also can be and which also can be used. And I think kindly bear with for some time because Deepak is going to explain many other things which uh, can do that. Screencastify is one such. Screencastify is one such platform where all these things are very much available, and this can be used on a systematic. And okay, so this is about of course, and of course our faculty, our resource persons are also going to say how they about the back also and how this how these people are going to use. And of course, Android application anyway we are going to say, but others also they are going to use. Okay, let me summarize these things, and as I started here, and so these are the things which we are going to do in this final part of the presentation. Okay, there is few important things which I just want uh, explain to you is about the planning. See again there are few more important things, and I'm going to share with our you know organizers this document. It is available on my site. If you are I think if you have opened my site, all these things. So what are the other factors we should consider? What are the other factors we should consider while designing the online course? Okay, very important, because these are the items also I wish you should also pay some attention to get this. Okay. So, and the first important thing, and this document is having around 6 sections, and each section around 15 from 20 checkpoints are. So, this document can be viewed from the content point of view. This document can be used in teacher point of view. This document can be used in the faculty point of view also. So this could be used, and it has got a very good content information. And I request all of you kindly pay attention to use this document to have a good quality course. See, developing an online course is one part. Developing a good quality online course, and that's what I've been telling since yesterday morning. Design plays a major role, and while designing also we should talk about development. While designing, we should talk about the transaction. While designing also, we should talk about the delivery platform and all the packaging. Okay, the first section of this, which you could able to see on the screen, is the course information. Course information is a decisive of what are the syllabus and course information related objectives and student learning outcomes, requirements and academic. That means, so before you start delivering your course to online mode, these are the aspects should be understood. For example, syllabus is easily located. What is important in this syllabus is easily located is for example, you have covered 40% of the syllabus in face to face. 60% syllabus has to be covered. So, what is the syllabus which you are going to cover? Are we going to teach week by week? Are we going to teach topic by topic? So, those things need to be understood very clearly on the opening page of the course where it is there. And of course, many other things also. And what is the objective? What is the outcome? What is the other policies has to be there. The second vertical of which he has considered very thoroughly in the course design is an organized course design and organization. Course design and organization basically refers to the elements of instructional design in the online course. I think this is one of the important components of the online course. Instruction without instructional design, I think no course is successful. So this basically includes the structure and what are the instructional strategies you are going to post, and of course overall setup of course classroom. This is very important, as to be considered and implemented thoroughly. And there are certain important factors out there. These factors need to be taken into consideration so that whenever they are doing. Why I've been asking all of you to start doing all these things in the beginning, because then only the process will be good quality and good standard. Please try to understand. There are two important things. One is about the standards. One is about the quality. We need to set up the standards and the things in the The third important section in this case is aesthetic design. And aesthetic design basically talks about the how the overall experience of the user. You must have been thinking that, sir, how all these things are happening in Swayam. In Swayam, what happened? Once your course got approved, you will be confined to the role of a teacher only. My job is to do course creation. My job is to the content updation. My job is to, you know, uh, assessment creation. My job is as discussion format. But here, actually, thanks to this particular course, I think you are not realizing the significance of this course. You will be giving and the organizers are completely given the course design the stuff in such a way that all the things can be planned in a much systematic manner and covering end-to-end solution. Everything is getting covered. So aesthetic design is also one such point which we consider. And the fourth important section we considered by designing a good quality online course is interaction and collaboration. The interaction and collaboration basically refers to the extent to which there is a student instructor, student student, and student content interaction. Because that means there are three important components are there in an online system. In one side there is the student, second side there is a content, and third side there is something called you know, teachers. So what is important? What the course said? Not necessarily it should be teacher driven. It should not be teacher driven completely. And you need to create the environment in such a way that there should be a proper connection and interaction between the student and the instructor, and also student also can learn the experiences, and as well as student with the help of content. But generally, what we used to have, there is a content and the teacher drives them. So, what is important is how to drive towards the online is again a very important aspect has to be understood, has to be thoroughly. So, exemplary courses should also integrate many different ways to collaborate. Right? And collaboration is a very key role which has to be a collaborative learning environment. The next important section we're talking about effective use of technology. Effective use of technology. For example, you set up create your own videos. You are using technology. But what is important is once you created a video, where will this video has this where this video is available. So my important point what I'm trying to say in this case is so how this yeah how this video when you created a video, where this video has gone, and are you sharing are you sharing this video in the Google Drive, or are you sharing this video in related platforms like YouTube and all? That has to be considered. And so like this effective use of technology plays a major role. And many times what happens, we have been using a lot of features. We have been using a lot of audio content. So the point is where is the audio content and how the audio content. So this section is precisely talking about those aspects related to your course. And the last point is about the assessment and evaluation. And this assessment and evaluation is again precisely talking about what assessment on which the student is evaluated towards achieving the learning outcomes. Because very precisely we said there are certain assessment every course is having learning outcomes, and sometimes we can have the student level learning outcomes also, because some of the students are having some disabilities able to complete the things on time. So we need to provide certain special learning outcomes for some of the students, whether they have achieved or not. And very important is it relates to the quality, time, structure, and very importantly the security of the assessments of the students. So, for example, if you're asking what are the things to be there, so the checklist is saying, are we using assessment for the course? Very important. And my subsequent question in this case is, okay, for example, I am using multiple choice questions for my course. So when in the first week, we don't want the application level questions. First week, we are generally giving knowledge level questions. See that whether the students have completed the knowledge options. At the end of the second week, you have the knowledge level as well as the application. At the end of the third week, you must be having questions from the knowledge level, you must be having questions from the application level, you must be having questions from the NLP level. At the end of the fourth week, for example, 4 weeks, you should have all the factors. You must have the questions from the knowledge level. You must have questions from the application level. You must have questions from the analytical level. You must have questions from the critical thinking. What I'm trying to say that, and this is how it is designed, very important. I'm saying neighbor, design plays a major role. That's the reason. And only many times we are in a rush and they say that what the process and but again, once that enthusiasm while examining the course has to be sustained till the end. Very important. I always make this statement saying that the enthusiasm need to be sustained. If the enthusiasm need not be sustained, you can't be getting the desired results out of it. So you need to talk about the anti-plagiarism software to the written assignments. One of the aspects. Sample assignments are provided. This is very important. Any page, we need to use the sample assignments to provide illustrated the knowledge and instructor expectation. So what is important is how do we, so what is there in your mind that also can be taken into consideration. And very important thing is detailed instructions and tips for completing assessments. That is very important. So after permit, but at the same time you don't know that it is not getting reflected on your presentation. Cannot be students cannot be taking all these things. And very importantly, time limitations are placed on the examinations, exams given online. So what are the time limitations you are going to for that? And very importantly, exams are password protected, exams are doctored, exams are competition, blah. So these are the 6 important aspects which all of us are considered. I call this as online course best practices checklist. And while designing your 1 week course, and some of these aspects also I will show you around 2 people. Okay, what are these aspects? I ask you to understand. Number 1, course information. And number 2, course design and articulation. Number 3, aesthetic design of the course. Number 4, action and collaboration. Number 5, effective use of technology. And number 6, assessment and evaluation. These are some of the aspects which has been must be considered if you want to having a quality online course. Not only see again and again I'm telling you, the books ecosystem design is the first one. And while designing also you should think the development strategy. While designing also you should think the delivery platforms and the associated with this connectivity. Yeah. Like for example, if you are uploading, if you are using a Swipe platform, and as per the requirements of the Swipe platform, you have to find your posts. And they have been saying that put all your text material into your Google Drive. They have been saying that all your videos. There is certain standard protocols and procedures are there. So we need to plan. And also by designing also, think that how to motivate and engage the community. And by designing also, you should think that how to ransack the course. By designing also, you should say that as per the objective outcomes of the course and what type of assessments can be done. And if the students are, there are slow learners are having a good learners, having certain issues are there. What type of strategies can be adopted for those students? That also has to be thought of in the reason. And by designing also, we should think about the discussion forum, which is again a collaborative learning environment where doubts of the students will be answered in a clear real-time basis. Very important issue. How the doubt to be asked first and foremost. And then we have there is a big joke about our own people. I don't believe that. We are very good downloaders, very bad at books. Okay, and of course we comment anonymously. We don't know that who is having all and all. So what I'm trying to say that of course I don't believe in this that kind of jokes. But at the same time, when you are offering something in online mode, what is important for us is what is the discussion forum, how to make of this discussion forum, and how the discussion forum plays a more systematic. That also has to be understood very clearly. Okay, so these are the two important things I think of the presentation. I'm not taking any questions please, because I think still people are not maintaining that discipline of putting the microphone and all. I'm sorry, I think I'm placing one report. I'm not taking any questions. Let me complete my sessions. And if you have any specific questions are there, please send these questions to your course coordinators. And the course coordinators are requested to send these questions to their official mail ID. Then I will try to answer the general question. I'm not taking any questions because this is not the way when even after telling our respected senior professors are telling, please still the thing is not being happening. So I don't want to take any questions as right now. And thankfully, I removed my headphones so that I'm not listening, but still sometimes I feel up and down. So this is about the first part of the thing which I try to say of sharing my thought. And the second important part which I just want to take is and you look at the screen which where I have been taking is yesterday some of the steps we have not completed the steps of the fifth comprehension. Let me explain some of the steps what we were supposed to do and then we want to set up this flip mode of the classroom, which is a very important and very effective way of teaching and leading class. So the first important thing that we and first important point in this case is, as I mentioned yesterday, that we should implement the flip of a classroom. Three important things. First is we should have a lesson plan and we should have an objective set of the topic and then find out the relevant material online and take of the material start. And yesterday, the material would be not necessarily video and the audio and text material or images also can be taken. And the strategies for sharing the content. First, I already said, first, already I shared that first WhatsApp group. We can also take telegram. Also, we can use the Google Groups is again one of the interesting platforms which will be having very most relevant and most outcome. Okay, let me just look at some of the questions people have said. Uh, I think there are certain doubts people have been asking. Yes, saying that can we have one update on topics? Of course. See, the point is, if it is in there are two topics I asked. General objectives you take it. Don't think too much about this. And there is no need to. I'm sorry. I think many of you are saying that yesterday my voice was audible and good. Today it is not clear. It's not my fault, madam. It's not my fault, and people have been speaking too much. So I forced to remove my headphones. So I'm not using it. Sorry, you could have seen me because I can't hear so much nonsense which is being running behind. So because I'm here to give a lecture, madam. I'm here to give a lecture because I can't hear too many things. Even it doesn't look nice to me as a teacher to say every time you thorough, please note it. It doesn't look nice. You're not kids. Neither I'm a policeman not to do that. So fine, then some of the other questions also kindly share yesterday's links also in WhatsApp group. Yes, I will be sharing all the information with the course coordinators through the mail, and I think all the links are available on my website, and you can take use of it. And my website is very much. This is my website from Mr. Case, and I think this is my website, and this website prosokeshivas.in can be used. Okay. The next thing one way for the first stage of implementation is the WhatsApp groups, and the second stage of implementation is the Telegram groups, and the third stage I wish to share the content among students seeking, and either of these methods you can use. And at the same time, that is the first level. The second level, what you can do is you can use it the learning management system. I think Moodle is being taught during this course, the learning management system, and you can share the contents as per the structured format of the course. And you're all going to be used in a much better as well as and better. And then the other important thing which I just want to say that if the content is I think I'll try to post. Then somebody is asking me a question that please read about risk associated precautionary measures using online. What is important is yesterday I must have mentioned very clearly. Entire content would try to see there are two modes of two different modes, two important components of online. One is enable the students to learn in a self-study mode. Enable the students in self-study mode with the help of the Moodle, with the help of sharing the content to WhatsApp, with the help of sharing the content to your Google apps, Google Classroom. That is one. The second component is very important. They put all your data, all your content in this your content in the Google Drive. What happens if you put the content in the Google Drive? What happens? A major source of files will be in Google Drive. From the Google Drive, you can get connected with your delivery drive, so that these things need to be ensured. Don't allow, like for example, when I am conducting a kind of a version of any university or my own I never allow any outsiders. Number two, only those people who are really interested in their heads, they think one question of all these things is cost of and the second, and in this context, I just want to say a few important things that yesterday I explained to you that how do you find out videos? I've already told you, and apart from okay, there is certain questions which I'm going to answer. One faculty saying that just one thing, just saying that Google preparing PPT for the student, is it unethical? Madam, I'm telling you, as long as you are using the images and photos with reference and with citing their name and details, which is I'm not saying it unethical. If not mentioning the source, not mentioning the referencing, not mentioning the original author and original sources, that is unethical. And as long as we are using for the teaching learning process, which is somebody put it in the public domain, and I'm properly give a reference to what we do. For example, if you are using someone's video, please mention this video, the source of the video, the reference of the video, who is speaking, right? That cannot be treated as a big problem as such. And not where the material are providing. I'm sorry, madam. I will only provide those people for interested in this workshop. Okay, now coming to this, some of the classroom. Yes, I said yesterday, Pixabay is one of the www.pixabay.com is one of the good source where you can get the good quality content is available. Okay, and of course, Flickr is one such platform. Pinterest is one of the platforms where they get good quality CC images available. And we also know very well about one of the best platforms which we all of us are using is Swayam Prabha. Excellent. Video channels are available. I think now it's a high time, and not only simply mentioning about the links, try to align those links and information with your course, but then it will be having it more in. And of course, National Digital Library, there's an excellent platform which the government of India has provided for us. EPG this is again, and I request all of you kindly spare your valuable time. Spend some time on EPG Pathshala to make use of it. And of course, reusable content, you can also get this content from and very, very importantly, then the next question is it is not available. And what I'm trying, if the content is not available, which is suitable for the, it is available, but it is not suitable for the class which you have planned, then I said prepare the content. And prepare the content using the simple means, and you could use the effort of Screencastify. You could use the effect of, you can use the free cam, one of the software which I just mentioned. You can use the presentation recorder. You can use this, of course, people can talk about the artificial going to talk about many such tools in their presentation. And I'll just confine myself to two of them. Agent Recorder is again one of the very good useful apps can be used. Audacity, wonderful app for the audio tutorials can be used. I repeat, Screencastify could be used as a screen video recorder. Second one is free cam, again another nice software screen recording. Screencast-O-Matic, now the interesting software. Presentation tools, interesting software. Agent Recorder, this is again a software which can be used in the presenter, PPT, and voice. Audacity for all these things are very much useful. So the third step of this online this thing is teachers must ensure students read of the material shared outside the class and come prepared for the class. That's very important. And often we are thinking that it will be difficult, but it's not. Yes, we can start telling expecting that can be. Then the step four, very important, the teacher must be, because see what happened, students are interacting with each other, interacting with each other outside the classroom. And also, because when you give the grading or assessment kind of the things, the marking should be given. So the engagement and involvement of the students outside the classroom also needs to be taken into consideration, not only inside the class. And the last but not the least, the fifth point is okay, no, there are 6 points. The fifth point is the teacher must ensure the class type is rooted to be applied. So what is important is the need of ever, whether it's a undergraduate school education, the intermediate education, the undergraduate education, post education, the research. We need to focus mostly on applied learning activities. That's very important. Applied learning activity is a higher order thinking task issue. And the last, but again, what is happening is easy, it happen automatic, and it takes time. And one of the wonderful opportunity which is available in front of us is as per the UGC directive, but universities has to adopt 50% of the credit transfer in one semester process. At the same time, I request all of you, and you should also, you must have done it already, must be there. There is a faculty particle of the same courses called ARPIL, Annual Refresher Program in Teaching. And excellent institutions were asked to design, develop, and deliver courses for the faculty. And it's not only meant for APS course of assistant professors. I think there is a big misconception is in the market saying that only assistant professors has to take. No, even a professor like me is supposed to take this course. I need to update my knowledge. I need to upgrade my knowledge. Whatever updation and upgradation has happened has to be reflected in the teaching learning process. And when you read the ARPIT initial document, it's said very specifically. Okay, so and with the younger colleagues, we can also learn so many things, and that process also can done comfortably. So I request all of you kindly take attention, because what is important is we want more and more faculty members to come forward to offer good quality courses, in Swahili. But what is important is everybody wants to come and they say, no, I wish to offer an online. But before offering online course, I request all of you to take at least 1 or 2 courses, complete 1 or 2 courses successfully, and understand the nitty-gritties of those courses. So tomorrow, once you understand the nitty-gritties of the courses and you can reflect on those courses, you will. So, and coming back to the steps, the last step is teacher must create a virtual support system 24/7 with moderation and support from the teachers and peers as and when required. This is again very important activity to support after the learning. As I told you yesterday, and I started a small experiment way back around 6 years back. Starting from 2014, end of 2014, and 2015, I think around 5.5 years plus. And I could able to see what I generally do, which not necessarily everyone can follow, but I had a very good fair amount of success. I create a small focused WhatsApp group for those participants who are attending my program in UPAR and in other universities also. And I started, I prepared the timetable well in advance, and all the reading material pertains to that will be mapped and be shared with the learners almost 10 days before the start of it. And the objectives and outcomes, what was the expectations of the learners, what was the expectations from my side, my other resource person, really joy. When they come to the class and that WhatsApp group will be, and it's a completely hands-on based workshop, more than 80% time we spend on the hands-on during the workshop, and we will be making group. At the once the program is over, this is the more big program. Once the program is over, I will be supporting the each group for 90 days. Not only me, sir. There are many such colleagues. Again, Dr. Arsi is one, Dr. Arsi Sharma is one such excellent resource person I have in my group. And Dr. Deepak Misla, one of the excellent resource. Dr. Isha Singh, they have an excellent resource. And even Dr. Maithili, there are many, even one a senior Democrat, retired Democrat, is also part of our team. I'm trying to say our job is to see when the program is on, right? Very simple and clear. But once the program is over, when we are going to the real fields, the scenario will be okay. During the time, we will support. That support we are extending. This is what I've been saying, that you can create a WhatsApp group, you can create a Telegram, because in WhatsApp group there's a limitation of number of Telegram group. And one thing I must tell you is very important. You must be thinking seriously, 650 group को कैसे manage करना है. Because I never expect any good mornings and good afternoon, and the very decency. जैसे मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ, WhatsApp group how do we behave? What is tameez, what is tehzeeb, and what is has to be maintained in the group. Yes, very clear. We never expect any good morning. We never expect any nonsense. We only support each other. And even small things also, when we do very big, we are not doing many things. And we are not supporting each other. We see that everyone gets support and everyone gets benefit out of that. The same kind of a thing which we are expecting to we are expecting it. Okay, friends, I think this is what this first part of this talk which I'm trying to say. Let's break. Let's have a quick break of half an hour, and and I will come back. And before breaking for this, let me read some of the questions which our faculty members are saying. I think yes, some of the questions people are saying everything is acceptable, sir. Saying that we have this thing, and videos are okay, audios are okay, all these things. I think you keep posting those questions. I'm sorry to inform you that I stopped using my microphone, and I have stopped using my headphone. I'm using only my microphone because since I don't want to listen, and after repeatedly telling not to speak, people are still speaking. And I don't want to waste my time and energy to tell again. But since I'm committed to this workshop, I let me complete in this part. Kindly post your questions only in the chat. I don't entertain any question by voice. And that's the reason I have disabled my microphone, my headphone. Sorry. So my microphone, I am on microphone, and I hope I'm audible to you. And I'm giving a break, and I'll be back after the break around 12.
Dr. Madhuri?
Sir, I think sir has switched off. I think sir is going to join after half an hour.
Okay. मैं सभी पार्टिसिपेंट से एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ, ध्यान से। अगला सत्र हम आधा घंटे बाद आरंभ करेंगे, उससे पहले एक बात आप सभी लोग ध्यान से सुन लें। हमारा FTC फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट सेंटर, हम वास्तव में आपको बेसिक एथिक्स सिखाने के लिए नहीं है। हम कैसे बोले, कैसे रहें, क्या माने न माने, ये सब चीज सिखाने के लिए वास्तव